Greetings, good people. So, today I'm here to talk about something that was very profound for me. Something that really changed my perspective of everything. And it made everything make sense. Everything made sense after I discovered what I would like to share with a very uh, selected few. And I would like to encourage you to do your own research and to put your own energy into tapping into your elders and exhausting the public information that is available now. It's the information age, the age of Aquarius, so everything is coming to light. And I went down a rabbit hole that I did not plan on becoming so revealing and so personal for me. So, and you have to excuse me because I'm just delivering the information freestyle. I did not rehearse this, so, I might repeat myself and ramble a bit, but the information is solid. And once again, I encourage you to dive into the information that I offer to you to get you started, and then go further and make it personal yourself, and go forth with tenacity of finding out the truth before you, while you can. Okay? So, this is about my Aboriginal Indigenous Americas revelations. Amazing things were coming to me, and it made me question things I never questioned before. The first thing that I did not like, that I never questioned before, was the fact that I received my history from a foreign invader with an agenda. First of all, never really considered that I did not learn at home that I was from Africa. I did not learn that from home. I learned that when I went to school. So, being a natural conspiracy theorist, I wondered, what's up with that? Because whatever they tell me, I know it's a lie, or there's more to it. So if you're giving me anything, I know it's no good. If you're giving me something, it's either no good or it's more likely for your benefit to collect information or whatever. So I knew that there was, or provide information in programming. So I was wondering why I can't get anything for free, but I can get my history, like clockwork, every year, everywhere, the same story. So that was the first red flag. Then I began to dance around the rabbit hole, but had no idea where I was going. So I began to question that, as you should question everything. Plug Dane Calloway. So you should question everything. And I thought to myself, wow, I wonder. So then I began to study, and then I remembered some things. I remembered Pangea. I remember learning in depth. And when I say learn and when I say study, I say that to say I come to you after, whenever I speak on something, it's after I've studied it. And I consider study to be a 3 months, a good 90 days saturation in the subject matter minimum. Now I'm on my 3rd year of this particular subject matter, and it keeps yielding. It's relentless. The information, it is a true rabbit hole that I encourage everyone to dive down while you can. Okay, so I began to think to myself, okay, I remember the maps, Pangea, before all the continents were separated. It was one landmass. There were no need for boats. So I said to myself, so now someone has told me where everyone came from. Now someone has told me a story that exists before they were even existing on this planet. How can you tell a story and you weren't there? But anyway, keeping up with the foreign invaders, his story of what happened. I said, okay, now I'm into this. I think I'm on to something. A whole bunch of things started popping up as I began to read and research. About 5,000 hours later, 3 years later, study. So many things did not make sense for good reason. I'm going to randomly tell you the things so I don't take forever. I'm going to randomly just list the things that made me say, what? I never considered that before. Bullshit. All right. This is random. I got to get it out or else this will be a 2-hour video. We don't want that. So, random things. How did Harriet Tubman know where to go? How did an African slave, foreign to this land, never here before, know where to go? How was that possible? How could an African from somewhere else lead anyone anywhere? And this is not their land. That was a red flag. Next red flag. How did Africans come here and build this nation? That makes no sense. How did Africans come here and take care of these people's children and feed these people and grow food here and teach people how to grow food here and teach people how to farm here and teach people how to live off the land here? How did Africans do that here in America? And they can't do it now. They couldn't come here today and do anything. They don't know how to get anywhere, as anyone would not know how to get anywhere if they were foreigners. Oh, I'm down the rabbit hole now. And I said to myself, all right, let's go. How are these people, where are they going? How do they know how to get there? All right. How are these people, these foreigners that are so set back, the bringers of all of the economics and the business? All the banks were black. The banks were black. How in the hell, and you have to excuse my language because this is the most passionate subject matter I've ever stumbled upon. And please research everything that I say because I did the research and I wouldn't be talking to you if I watched a couple videos and read a couple books. This is pretty serious. This is 3 years later and over 5,000 hours of study. It's a lot of study. So I'm pretty confident. Everything I say can be found. So I said, okay, that's crazy. That's interesting. Check all the inventions. Everything important made here was made by us. I do not believe that African foreigners that could not talk, build, socialize, couldn't even talk. How did we do everything here? That makes no sense. That sounds like people were already here. That sounds like people were already here and you use them to train your people and everything else. And it kept going. So I jumped down the rabbit hole, and I was ready for action. And here it came. Here was the first one that blew my mind. I heard about a $50,000 book. I heard about a $50,000 book, and it was written in another country. I want to say Germany, or it was Dutch. And on this book that was $50,000 and illegal to buy in America at one point, this book had a sister on it, and she was being carried by Caucasian slaves. She was on their back, and she was on top of them in her glory. And I cut the head off of something. She had a full headdress, and underneath her were a whole bunch of Indians.